Hi everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Whitney Magnuson and I'm live with Unity Stamp Company. We just kicked off our 14th birthday sale, and so every year for our birthday we do the biggest sale of the year. We have 50% off stamps site wide, we have 10% off supplies, a huge new release of stamps and dies, and just a lot of fun to be had, and of course some amazing freebies. So go check that out on the website. Check out your wish list because chances are it's on sale. You don't even need a code. So I love, love, love that. Okay, so turn on our light here. I made a couple of cards using some of our new stamps and dies today. I'm absolutely loving this gigantic floral stamp. I had to use it, and I still had to make a Mother's Day card for my mom, and so it really worked out well. I think she'll like this one. So this huge stamp that I'm using, like, you're gonna obsess. Like, if you didn't see this on the live video, just wait. Like, it is absolutely giant. It fits in a full slimline card. It's called Sakura. And here is the packaging. So it's just a huge kind of cherry blossom stamp. I absolutely love it. It is so much fun to color up. Today I'm just using a few Copic colors to create a fun colored look. And then we're going to use our new nesting dies to kind of create a spotlight effect. I love this for images, like if I'm not feeling like coloring the whole image. I love this technique. I think it's really, really fun. So let's just get started with this. So for this one, we're doing a traditional sized slimline card. So that's 8.5 by 3.5 inches. And this perfectly fits in a business sized envelope. So pretty easy peasy. Most of us have those business size envelopes around for bills and not fun things. Now we can use it for fun things. So for this one, I am using some of our cardstock. This is just a light pink color that we have in our shop. This is our 100-pound Sweet Tooth cardstock. It is really, really nice for Copic coloring. It blends so well. It's so smooth. And then for dies, I already die cut out this cute little scalloped heart that we're going to use for matting. And then after we stamp this out, we are going to die cut out this little heart, and that's going to be what we color. So this is the die set. I'm obsessed with it. So it comes with stitched hearts and then like little mini scallops, and they could pair together or separate, whatever you want to do, but I love these. I know they're going to be just kind of a staple in my crafting collection, and I know we already sold half of our stock of these, and so if you want this, I would grab it. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit before we get it back in stock since we do not manufacture these. All right. So let's get started here. I already have my gigantic Sakura stamp in my original Misty. I would really recommend for huge stamps like this to use a stamping platform, because with a block, it's just hard to get that even pressure and get that amazing impression that you can get with red rubber. So just keep that in mind. All right, so I am just going to put my panel inside of here and just kind of eyeball it because I don't want to have to move my stamp again. All right, this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to tape that down with a little bit of masking tape. And then since I'm doing Copic coloring, I'm using a hybrid ink. This is Copic friendly from Ink on 3.
Sue's wondering if we'll be making any oval dies or decal edge rectangle dies.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to keep adding to our lineup of dies in our shop. So yes, stay tuned. We're going to have more coming, to coordinate with stamps, some more standalone, like these nesting hearts. I absolutely love nesting dies. I think they just add so much versatility to a craft room. And so yes, absolutely, we're going to keep on keeping on with our dies. All right, so stamping that down. So pretty. I'm going to do another time. That's the beauty of the stamping platform, the Misty, as you can get that really dark impression. Especially with like a big stamp. Like I said, it's really, you know, it's hard to get like even pressure. Okay, so which set of hearts is the biggest? Like out of the, I can set them all out so you guys can see them. So here's, they come like all nice. I like rip mine apart, so. All right. So here is, I believe they, yep, it looks like there's a scallop, there's that. Let's just fit them all together so you all can see. So it kind of goes like every other, like a little scallop, a little stitch. I'll have Nick zoom in on this once I get it kind of all down and set. All right, Nick, can you zoom in so they can see the detail of those? And this is dashes and frills. I love the teeny tiny little scallops on this, so.
Sorry, the camera's being weird.
All right, he's still working on
Got it.
Zoom in here. All right.
Cheryl can't find the heart dies.
All of these new dies are under, if you see sale on the left-hand side of the website, press new releases, and all of our new stamps and our new dies are in that little category, easy for you to find. So check new arrivals. All right, so we have our floral all stamped out. All right. Bringing this in. So now we're going to cut out the piece that we're going to color. So I already cut out my little, this one that we're going to have that's going to kind of be behind it. And I believe this is the size. Stitched it, yep. Making sure I don't grab the wrong one. So now we're just going to kind of choose like where we want this spotlight to be. So I really do want quite a bit of floral in there, and I am going to have it hanging off the edge a little bit because I like that look. So I'm going to choose this one. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of tape to kind of hold my die in place, and then we'll run this through our machine and get our cutout. So just make sure wherever you put the cutout that you like it, because this is going to be like the exact position that the card is assembled. So just make sure it's straight and you like it. And I'm very happy with that, so we're going to roll with it. I'm going to run that through right now. All right, so now we are left with something like this. I love the cute stitching around this panel. It is darling. Sorry, this tape is like super sticky. I don't know where my pixie tape is right now. Oh, Nick had my pixie tape.
No, it was just, yeah, I had it.
Yeah. This is like my go-to for die cuts. It's like less sticky. It's in our shop, so if you're looking for a really great tape for kind of holding layers and stuff, really recommend this. This, way too sticky. All right, so now that we have that, I'm just going to set this part aside, and then we're going to work on coloring this up. So I just grabbed some Copic markers, and I'm going to keep it really simple for my coloring just because I don't do super detailed Copic coloring. I like to go more simplistic, so that's what we're going to do. So for our florals, I am going to, and then my lightest is RV000. So that's what we're working with. So I'm going to grab my darkest, and we are going to start by applying this color to the center and kind of flicking out towards the edge of the petal. Just in a kind of flicking motion. Like so. You could go ahead and apply to all the petals, but I kind of like to work on one flower at a time, so that's what we're going to do. So now I'm going to go in with my R30 and we're going to do kind of that same thing, but we're going to extend it just a little bit past that and just really blend it together. I'm still leaving a little bit of white space on the edge. I'm just going slightly past where we applied that dark tone. Right? Now we're going to go in with our lightest tone, which was RV000, and we're going to repeat that same process, except we are going to extend it all the way to the edge of our petal, so we get kind of a fun blend. Right? Perfect. And we'll move on. We're going to repeat that same process for the next floral here. All right. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to kind of do this one because it's just kind of partial. All right. Go in with our mid-tone. Extending just slightly past that dark. All right. And now with our lightest color. All the way to the edge of our petals. This is like the 4th time I've colored this, so if it seems fast, it's because I've practiced quite a bit. So do not be discouraged.
Everyone's loving the colors.
Yeah, these colors like paired really well together. So when I do Copic coloring, I like to just grab the same kind of paper and then just kind of try out the blends first before I start. That way I'm like, oh, nope, I don't like those don't blend well for me, or whatever it is. I have that exact same paper and I know how it's all gonna kind of pan out. All right, so right over here, it looks like we have a little leaf, and so I'm gonna color that up. I'm just using YG11. Not gonna get fancy with blending or anything because this leaf is so small. It doesn't really matter. All right, for these little buds, I'm just gonna go in with my mid-tone at the bottom, and then we'll blend out with the lightest tone to the edge. All right, now for the stick, I'm using E31, and gonna blend, well, just gonna color that up. I just have a little bit of the stick, and then I really wanted this to pop, and so I'm gonna actually color the background, and the background color that I'm using is BG10, and we're just gonna color in all of the white spaces with this. And it just kind of makes the florals like pop right off. Just a little bit more bold looking. So if you're just tuning in, I am using a brand new stamp set just released for our birthday sale. It's called Sakura. It's by Anne Colbury Scott, and I absolutely love this. It is a huge stamp that can be stamped fully on a slim line, like an 8.5 by 3.5 inch slim line, or you can partial stamp it with more traditional sized cards as well. So I love, love, love this, and it's a part of our birthday release, and so we released tons of new stamps, and some new nesting dies in honor of our birthday, and we have site-wide deals. So if you like this, you should check out the website. It's absolutely amazing right now with all the deals happening. All right, so here is our colored up little heart that we're going to use for our spotlight. So what we're going to do is this is going to be kind of right in there, and I love how it really just pops right off. All right, so I used the little scallop die here. I'm going to grab it so you guys can see. I just pre-die cut this one out so it would be all ready, and this fits right on there. So we're going to go ahead and glue down this. I'm using a liquid glue. This is our Ultra Bond adhesive. It is a really awesome liquid glue. Doesn't like warp things. Well, I mean, if you use a ton, it probably would, but so far my cards are holding up really, really well with it. So I'd say it's a win.
They're wondering if the new stitched and scallop dies are on sale.
These new dies are not going to be on sale. They're just at their new release price. So I believe they're $14.99, and we always do our dies like at their lowest price. We do not like mark them on sale just because we're going to extend the best price to you right away with our dies. Some of the ones that we've had for a while we do 10% off of right now, but these new ones, nope. They are going to be $14.99, and they are selling quick. All
Okay,
right.
Sue needs some help deciding if she should get this big flower or the 2-step stamp set.
Ooh, that's a tough choice. Well, you know what I do when Angela tries to make me pick between things? I'm like, yeah, but they're different. She said that to me about the heart. We have 2 nesting heart dies, and she's like, pick one. I'm like, I can't. They do different things. I can't just pick one. And so now we have both. So I just cut off that excess because it's going to be off the card anyways. And now we're going to be putting this down on our coordinating pink cardstock. This is actually a color from our shop. So we have 10% off all of our colored cardstocks right now too. And what's kind of fun is our colored cardstock, for some odd reason, we were able to find cardstock that perfectly matches like our Gina K inks that we carry. So that's kind of fun, that you can have pretty closely matching inks with it too. I think this is the color that matches really well with like bubblegum pink that I'm using. Bubblegum pink ink, but I don't know I can't recall what color this paper is, but you'll see it. It's like literally the only light pink. Making it easy. Alright, so I'm just taking my liquid glue and getting that all over our back panel here. And then we're going to adhere it on top of this trimmed piece here. I like using liquid glue for adhering layers, like especially like this, because you have a little bit of time to kind of wiggle it around and get it exactly where you want it before it is dried, which is nice for panels. All right, that is pretty perfect if you ask me. All right, we're gonna pop this up because I really want it to be dimensional and like really eye-catching. So we're gonna grab some foam tape. Oh, mine's stuck to a cord over here. All right, so I'm just gonna add some foam tape on the back of this. I get my foam tape from Amazon in a gigantic roll. If you are interested, I think this roll is about $12.99 from Amazon. We used to sell foam tape, but I just love it so much. We never had any for you guys to buy. All right, so I got my back all ready to go here. We're just gonna pull off that backing. Just use my little poke tool. It makes it so much easier to get this stuff off.
Would you mind telling one more time what colors you used?
Sure. So the colors of Copics that I used, let's see if I can pull them up here. So the 3 for the pink, maybe I'll just, oh, these ones. So So there it's RV63, R30 for those two. And then I'm just going to set these here, and Nick can zoom in so you guys can see these color names if you want to like pause the video on the replay and like take a screenshot or whatever. All right. There you go, Nick. You can zoom in on that one for him. So those are the colors, just really simplistic coloring. I don't have like a huge Copic collection either, so like my blends are pretty limited. Oh, sorry, I'm like struggling with this last like little bit. I don't know why it won't come off. There we go. All right. So we're gonna adhere this down, and just keeping in mind, like kind of lining it up as best as we can here. Perfect. I love it. That turned out really, really pretty. All right, so I was saying I needed to make a Mother's Day card for my mom, so I'm gonna pull out a sentiment from another new arrival. And it is Pansy with a Face. This is just a huge background stamp. It's all these cute pansies, and I love the sentiments with it, and so I'm grabbing the one that says Mom. And I love that Anne, this is actually like her handwriting. She has the cutest handwriting, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. Like my handwriting is like terrible because all I do is write notes to myself.
Is there any story behind the name of this one? Like, why does it have a face?
Oh, so you know what? When she sent me these art, like this art originally, it was all named for women in her life. Like, I think one was named after her mom, one was named after her sister and a friend. So she renamed it, and she just renamed it Pansy with a Face, and I don't know why, but yeah. All right, so I'm just stamping this down with a little bit of just watermark ink. And now I am going to emboss it with some Alabaster White. This is from Brutus Monroe. I really enjoy his embossing powders. In our shop, we have some really amazing embossing powders as well from Nuvo. I'm just out of my white ones, so I'm using my Brutus Monroe because I love that too. All right, we are going to just heat this up. So funny, like this just like all capital letters Mom kind of reminds me of like what my kids do in the car. Like my daughter will be like, Mom, Mom. Like they just think it's so funny to just be like, Mom, the entire car ride.
Yeah, and it just lasts forever. They really hold the
Yeah. I'm like, what? And they'll be like, there's water over there. There's a lake. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. All right, so we are going to just cut this out. It's just a nice like little square sentiment, so it's pretty easy to cut out around it. Perfect, and I'm just kind of, I used a little embossing putty, so I'm using my fingers to just take off that extra powder. All right, I'm gonna flat adhere this down with some liquid glue again. If I can find my liquid glue. I see it. All right, here we go. This is my Ultra Bond again. If you're looking for a really great liquid glue, 10% off right now. All right, so I want this to be like on the very edge, so it's like all kind of orientated to the right here. All right, and I thought this needed a little bit of sparkle, and so I am grabbing these. These are in our shop. It's just like a really pretty pink color that happened to match this perfectly. And I wanted it to be kind of like spontaneously adhered, and so I literally just started like dropping them above and then seeing how it turned out.
I like that.
Because otherwise I feel like it's too, I don't know, like it's not spontaneous enough for me. All right, So I'm just kind of gonna arrange these, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just gonna grab my little cute jewel picker and adhere these down. I love these confetti sequins. We have a bunch of colors in the shop. We're pretty big fans of sparkle around here, so these are great for shakers or adhering them down like I am. Since they're flat, they're really nice for embellishments too. I should have said at the beginning of the video, like, Mom, don't watch this until after Mother's Day. My mom's actually, she works at Unity. She's working in the back right now, filling your orders. Everybody's working so hard getting your orders out so quickly. I even saw somebody say, oh my gosh, 1 day turnaround, because our team in the back is just absolutely amazing at getting things out in a timely manner, and so you can look forward to getting your order really, really quick. All right. Do we have jewel pickers? We do not carry jewel pickers, but if I ever see them like wholesale, I think that would be a fun little addition since we have so many sequins. But I think this one I just picked up from like Amazon or Hobby Lobby or something like that. They have these Marby jewel pickers. So, all right, so this is the finished card. I absolutely love how this turns out. It's a really great way to really highlight a really pretty stamp. Or if you're not feeling like coloring up that whole panel, then you can quick whip together a card. I had so much fun doing this that I had to do a full panel all colored up. So this is the full panel all colored, and I'll probably add just like a fun sentiment to this as well. But just so you guys can see what it looks like all colored up too. Same colors and stuff, so love how that one turned out.
What are the jewels?
The jewels, these are our confetti sequins. Is Angela watching right now? Maybe she could link up this color for us, the exact color. I'm not sure the exact color, but if you go under our sequins, they are all there. These are just flat back, like pretty pink sequins. Oh yeah, she's gonna link it up. Cool. All right, so the stamp that I used was Sakura. The amazing dies that you're going to want in your life because they're so darn cute are Dashes and Frills hearts, and that's what we use to kind of pop up that center. And of course our really pretty sequins. So you can pretty much get almost everything you need to create this card in our shop. I love that. All right, so I have one more card I wanted to share with you guys today. I have a lot of people in my life that have birthdays in May. And so I thought it'd be fun to make a birthday card for my stash. And this is using our new background die set. And this is based off of a card that our design team member Zendaya Iyer created. I just loved it. And so I just did my own like rendition of it. So for this card, we're going to be using our same little hearts dies here. So this time I'm using like a little cute scalloped one in the center and then a stitched one on the outside. So there's that. Sorry, my dog is a complete menace. All right, and here is that awesome, this is called Fallout Hearts background plate die. And what I love about this is that you can make a whole bunch of custom colored embellishments to put on your cards. So for this one, we are going to be using an A2 sized piece of watercolor paper. I already have my little heart elements all die cut out and ready for us. And then we're going to adhere this on a white card base. All right. So for this one, I'm going to do a little bit of ink smooshing and blending. So I'm going to move this so we have some room to do that. So I'm going to use my oxide inks. And first I'm going to just kind of like ink smoosh a background. So I'm using picked raspberry, twisted citron, and broken china. And for ink smooshing, I really do recommend watercolor paper. It's just going to be a little bit of a better effect because the water is able to flow and blend. All right, so I'm just kind of taking and pressing these 3 colors on my glass mat. And then I'm going to add some water to each of them. And we're going to apply. So it is kind of just random, like how it all works out. Just kind of fill your panel. All right. So I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to dry this layer. Right. So you could just move on from this step if you liked the look, but I wanted mine to be just a little bit more pigmented, and so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to like ink blend over the top of those colors. And what I love about the distress inks and distress oxides is that you can create these layers, and like this pooling and stuff is going to leave like kind of a texture. So we're just going to go in, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just like over the pink I'm going to add pink. You know? All right. Now over our blue, I'm going to add blue. And I'm saving this stuff because I'm going to use it still. We're not going to waste. All right. And now we're going to go in and do the same with our green. Green over green.
On camera, it looks so yellow.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then in person, it's
very
like
yellow.
It's like lime green. Kind of weird how that all works. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue just in this little spot here. All right. So we have like our additional color all down. So now I'm going to literally just kind of add that right over the top, those same coordinating colors. And we're just getting like a fun texture from that, from the layering. All right, so this is what is going on. So now I'm gonna just dry this quick. Yes, this is a Tim Holtz glass mat. I've had it for a few years. I really, really like it. It's awesome for ink blending and ink smooshing, just kind of creating inky backgrounds like this. Easy cleanup. All right, so that is what I was going for, just really kind of vibrant and pretty. We're just gonna clean this up. And I love how when you do those different layers of ink blending and the smooshing, it's super easy to do, and you do get that cool textured look from the layers. All right, so now this is where the magic is going to happen. We're gonna take that awesome plate, background plate, and this die here is our Falling Hearts background die. I'm going to run this through our die cutting machine, and as you can see, we're going to get all different colors of little heart embellishments, and I'm going to be keeping these for future projects because you never know when you want like a pink little heart or whatever. Like these are like perfect little embellishments for later. So I'm just going to run this through our machine. This is like stuck to it. Whatever. I'll deal with you later. All right, so now I am just going to grab my little poke tool. I like to use this little tool for die cutting. And in the corners of all of these, it has like a little dot, so you can easily
Bonnie says, shaker card hearts.
Yes, these would be amazing for shaker cards, Bonnie. That is an awesome idea. I should make another little shaker with this.
And the paper you could actually use as a stencil, too, if you wanted.
Yeah, so you could create your own stencil with this and do, like, inky backgrounds. That's what's awesome about these full plate dies. There's so many possibilities for creating with it. All right, so I'm just kind of poking through all those. We're all good to go here. And then on our panel, I have a little roller tool too, like one of these you could use as well. You're supposed to be able to like roll over the top of this thing, and then all of the little bits fall out. But all right, so this is what we're left with. I love it. And then we have a bunch of just really pretty hearts I'm going to be saving, but we are going to choose a few that we're going to use to embellish this card, because why not? All right, I'm just going to set this aside while we, oh gosh, while we adhere our layers. So I want this to really pop, so we're going to adhere this on a white piece of cardstock here, like so. All right, I'm going to use my liquid glue for this too. It's just so much easier with die cuts like this to use a liquid glue to kind of get it all good to go. So I like to just kind of go around all the edges first, and then I'll just like crazily go in between the bits. All right, I'm going to grab this, and then we are going to adhere it flat down on here. And again, I love the liquid glue because you can kind of maneuver it around. I'm going to cut off that excess white on the edges. This panel was cut a little off, but that's okay. All right, clean up our glue. We will have no crafting mishaps on my watch today.
Oh, Diane says you can use press and seal over the die to keep the hearts at their place and add adhesive.
I feel like I saw that on a Jennifer McGuire video, and yeah, I should actually grab some press and seal and show you guys what she means, how you can get like the look of a positive and a negative background with that. I'll try to do that.
Oh, I see.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to stamp our sentiment on our cute little heart die cut, and this is another one that is from Unity, Dashes and Frills. I used this on my first card, so if you missed that, you can catch that on replay once this video is over. So I'm using this really fun sentiment kit that was just released in honor of our birthday sale, and I'm going to grab Have a Happy Birthday. It just has some really cute little sentiments in here for birthday.
So I came in to tell you guys something funny.
What?
I'm trying to do links and stuff for you
Yeah.
on my computer, and I wrote something about you being bitter about the 2 heart dies. And now it flashed me about bullying and harassment.
What?
Yeah, don't bully me.
Quit being such a bully.
It won't let me post anymore.
Because you were being a bully to me?
You got kicked off of Facebook?
I don't know if I did all together or not. I'll have to look.
Oh gosh.
Thought you might get kicked out of that.
So I just used this Passionate Pink ink color because it really perfectly matches my cardstock. This is our Razzleberry cardstock in our shop. It's just a really bright pink. I love it. So see how well that coordinates? Like, what are the chances? What are the odds? All right, so I'm gonna take my liquid glue and adhere my 2 little heart cutouts together. Perfect.
Bonnie says she's in Facebook jail for 90 days.
Oh gosh.
What'd you do, Bonnie?
I haven't been in Facebook jail really, but sometimes if I'm like moving really quick on like let's say our group or something, and I want to comment on everybody's thing, I can't do that because if I comment on too many things too quickly, it like thinks I'm a bot or something, and it won't let me continue. It's like, nope, you can't comment for, I don't even know what it is, a few hours. All right, so I'm just cutting off this excess here. Could use my paper trimmer too, but I didn't want to go out of frame for you guys. All right, we're gonna pop this up with a little bit of foam tape. I love adding a little bit of dimension with some foam tape. All right. And then we're gonna add some of our little heart embellishments back onto this that we cut out. All right. So I would love to know if you guys have had a chance to shop the birthday sale yet. It really is a very magical time of year here at Unity. We like to treat you for our birthday because we wouldn't have a birthday if you were not here supporting us and our little family company. So thank you so much for that, for your support all the years. All right, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
You got it.
Oh, no. Doneen said she shopped until her wallet dropped. I know the feeling. I was chatting with somebody on the show and tell earlier, and they said they had some car repairs and a couple of different sizes and colors that I had off to the side here that we can glue on here. That's really cute. Love, love, love. I'm gonna do a baby one too. Let's do this baby one. Little baby. Like right there. Fun. Okay. Grab my liquid glue and my jewel picker to adhere these down. Oh, this was working earlier. I guess right now it's like, no.
Too much oxide.
Yeah, right. All right, we're just gonna adhere that one down. Perfect. I want this to be like a little bit on this big heart. Like so cute. There's that. And then I'll put that one down. I think that's so cute. Now I have so many rainbow hearts for other projects too, but I love the way that this one turned out. So for this one, we used our Falling Hearts background die set. Right here we have our fun little sentiment from our new birthday sentiment kit. And then those awesome nesting hearts are from Dashes and Frills. So if you missed the first half of this video, I was using Dashes and Frills to kind of create a fun spotlight effect. And so if you missed this one, you can watch that on replay and just see how that was all colored up using our brand new Sakura stamp set. This is what it looks like, kind of a full panel all colored up. So much fun. I'm obsessed with these new arrivals and I cannot wait to come back again, hopefully tomorrow, and create with you guys. There's just so many amazing new arrivals. This is another one I'm really itching to try. I just envision rainbow colored butterflies and a fun clouded background. Love, love, love it. We also have this two-step wreath. And I am going to come back and show you guys how to use this wreath and how easy it is to create some no coloring cards. Just so many new arrivals, you guys. It's just insane. And then, of course, go ahead and check out the freebies that are listed on the top of the Unity Unity website. This one's free with $45. It hasn't even been released yet, so you don't even have to worry that you might have this already. This is the only way you're going to get this so far is as a freebie. It's not available for purchase yet. I absolutely love this one. So that's $45. $65, you're going to get a $5 off coupon for your next order. $75, you're going to get all of this stuff plus a stamped grab bag. Here's just like random, this one's like a bunch of like really fun sentiments and stuff. And then at $125, you're going to get everything plus this set too. So lots of fun stuff happening. Stay tuned on the Unity Show and Tell. I'll list what time I'm going to be live tomorrow once I get all my cards kind of figured out. And then we can hang out again and you guys can see these stamps in action. I know it's so much fun to see the stamps and dies like actually working together to create cards rather than like just a web image. So
A few people are asking to see the wreath when stamped out. Do
Sure.
you have time for that quick?
yeah, I can do that quick. That's no problem. All right, let me grab, let me just clear my area and I can show you just a quick demo with that. Because it's so super easy to use, you guys, and you're going to get that amazing impression that you can really only get with red rubber, and so I'm just obsessed with it. This was an idea that Nick and I came up with together, and Senhaya drew it for us, and we were so pleased with it. So I'll show you just kind of two different ways that you can use this. All right, so with this two-step wreath, you're gonna get two parts here. And you notice it has like these boxes. These are like register boxes. So this is what we're gonna use to line up to get perfect, perfect lineup every single time. So I'm gonna start with my greenery, like so. And my boxes are all gonna stamp on this paper, but that's okay because after this is done, I'm going to take a round die cut and die cut this out. I'll show you another way, like if you wanted it to be on a full panel, I'll show you how you could do that too. But this is just kind of the basic way to do it. All right, so I'm just inking it all up. I'm using my grass green ink. And I did ink up those boxes too, because that's how we're going to line up. Super, super pretty. All right, so now we're gonna take our flower part and we're gonna line up these boxes right over the other ones. And that is going to ensure perfect placement. So you just kind of need to get, just make sure it's all lined up and then you're good to go. So I'm gonna use my Passionate Pink ink. Ink up those florals. You don't have to ink up the boxes the second time if you don't want to. All right. Stamp that down. It's like 100% perfect. So now what you could do is die cut this out. I have just a round die here and we could run this through. And now we have a wreath that we can put on our card base. So I'll just show you what that looks like all cut out, and then I'll show you how we can do it with a little bit of masking as well.
Okay, I got a couple more questions on YouTube. Do you know what that big flower is? What kind of flower? Is it a poppy? I don't think it's a poppy.
This flower that this one?
Yes.
This is a cherry blossom.
Oh, a cherry blossom. Okay.
Yep. A cherry blossom. All right, so I'm running that through my die cutting machine so you guys can see what it looks like when it's all die cut out with the round die cut. Oh, you know what? I hate when I do this, you guys. This is like crafting mistake 101. So I had these separate from all my other dies because I do this all the time and it drives me crazy. This one is one of those where it's like, it just leaves the dots. It doesn't cut out, and I have one that looks like this that is like one that cuts out, but you guys get the idea. This is, we've all been there. All right, so I'm going to show you how you can do a little bit of masking to get this same effect, like if you wanted it all on a flat card base. All right, so I'm just going to tape this in place here. And I like to start with my greenery. It doesn't really matter. If you wanted to start with flowers, that works too.
Could you use Versamark ink, so you don't see the dots really?
So you will see, if you use white paper, you might not see the VersaFine, like the watermark ink, but do keep in mind that if you're using a colored cardstock or a craft cardstock, and you stamp with the VersaFine ink on it, it's gonna leave a watermark look. It's gonna be like a couple shades darker, and so you will see it, so keep that in mind. All right, so I'm just gonna do this same thing. And what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take just a couple pieces of masking tape and I'm putting it right under where those boxes are. This is just a pixie tape that we have in our shop. You can use washi or post-it tape or whatever you have.
Are there any new stamp sets that are good for Father's Day?
Not new ones that are for specifically Father's Day, no. But we do have some really awesome past kits for Father's Day. All right, so we have all these little bits down. Now we can kind of repeat that process with our grass green. We're going to ink up those boxes because that's how we line everything up. Stamp it down. All right, so now you see those boxes have all stamped on my paper. I just wanted to ink that a little bit more. Perfect. So now that all is good to go. So we're going to take this one off. We'll grab our next layer. Just cleaning this off so we can slide around and get perfect placement. All right. So now we're going to line up our boxes. Same as we did before.
Margie's wondering, is that Gina ink cube your ink of choice?
Yes, it is. It is. I love Gina's inks. They're really great dye inks for ink blending and stamping. These are what we have in our shop too. So, yep, I highly recommend them. All right, so now we have that lined up. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp down our florals. Perfect. And now we can pull this off. And we have a panel here. You don't even get those register marks. So a couple different ways to use this. Just pretend that this die cut out instead of just making the marks. Gosh, you guys, I need to label these on my magnet board because the amount of times I do that is just ridiculous. All right, so that is how you would use this. Couple different ways. It's really, really fun. I love this set so much, and I think that this is going to be the beginning of doing layering stamps in our collection because this is just a really fun way to do it with these register marks for perfect lining up. All right, so I'm hoping to be back tomorrow with some more creations using our new arrivals. If you have a new arrival that you want to see in action, go ahead and put it in the comments and I will take a peek at that. Or if you have a technique you really want to see, let me know. I'm going to read through the comments and just see if one of those things kind of sparks creativity for me. And yeah, I hope to be back really soon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and for your continued support of our little family owned and operated business. We are so grateful for you. I can't even express it. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great Thursday. Bye everybody.